Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I forget what day it is. like the third Contributor Summit meeting. As a general reminder, these calls are recorded and will be posted to the internet sometime later. As a general FYI, we do abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which essentially boils down to please be excellent to each other. Here are the notes. And if you can, please toss your name in there. We'll roll right into things. As a general reminder for folks that have not put their information in the staff sheet yet, to please do so. I linked the size chart as well if you need to look that up. We were sort of discussing the various methods of trying to get those when it's in inches and dealing with like international people earlier. Let's see, I think that's the main thing for me is like, yeah, if you can, please try and get it in by like end of day today or at the latest sometime tomorrow so I can get that order in. I don't see Deb or Brienne on here. Do they happen to mention anything in? Okay, I'll just read off their updates. The big thing is that registration is live. There is an outstanding PR in the Kubernetes contributor site that I will get a link to in a, there we go. And if I could get like, I think Nabru and you already took a look at that. If I could just get like a couple more eyes to take a peek, we can get that merged and officially kick off reg. The other thing for us as staff to please register with the staff link and the staff code. Those have been posted in the notes. And I think they've also been posted in Slack. The upcoming deadlines that listed are mostly for, yeah, the general, summit attendee hoodie room layout. So it looks like everything's due essentially at the end of the month. One note on those deadlines, and actually a thing for next week, both Jeff and I will be out next week, essentially in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. I am not expecting to be able to be on this call. So like, I don't know if we want to use Slack or people want to have the call and potentially essentially, run the show. It's a fairly easy script for next week. We can sort that out. But it looks like there are several deadlines due next week. Actually, while we are here, Caslin, do you want to, since the artwork is one of the things that's due, do you want to share your artwork?
Sure.
I can make it so you can share your screen. Just a sec. There we go.
Let's see. I wonder what the best way is for me to show it. Move a couple of tabs around here. Let's do share screen. Share.
If it's like up on Google Photos or something like that too, you can also share the link.
That's true. I do have a Google Drive with them all, so I can do that. I think I could do this. Yeah. Close some extra tabs in there. All right. So here you can see I brought up a t-shirt design site just to give a sense of what these could look like on t-shirts. Here's one where the record isn't filled in and with KubeCon still. And then we have an alternative option of
Hello.
hello. What's
can
up?
hear you
Oh
now.
my God, it works. I'm sorry.
And then we could also do like this.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I also created some with Kubernetes instead of KubeCon. We could do either lowercase or uppercase.
There's a Slack thread with a little bit of discussion on it.
There's a Slack thread. Please share your feedback. Anything you'd like to see changed or anything like that, let me
So
know.
the one thing, so we will have hoodies. So like it, and they'll be zip up hoodies, so they won't be able to like stretch across the shirt.
Okay.
But I think Brandon was talking about, let's see, right now I've been pricing everything with 1 color print on the front and a 3 color print on the back.
Yeah, so we could do this on the back and we could do something small on the front.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's perfect then. We could do Detroit Pod City over like the front right here and then have the
Sure.
logo in the back.
Yeah, we could do like the city skyline that's in the center of the record on the front with some text underneath it, like Kubernetes Contributor Summit or Cube Pod City, whatever we want to do. And then this type of thing on the back.
Yeah,
Yes.
the only thing that might change what our options are is the cost in terms of additional colors on the front. So we might just be able to have like a small like text block or something there.
That's true. Yeah.
The one thing just based on what you've shown, I actually like the record not filled in. Because if we go with like
they'll
gray,
be black probably.
If they're black, it'll be even like more perfect because that white will pop.
Yeah. And it'll also make it softer since it won't have as much paint on it, though that doesn't really matter that much with a hoodie, but less cracking over time.
It does actually factor into the cost because for, I forget which one it was, Josh had done some like really awesome but like large artwork. And that was much more expensive than a scaled down design.
And this one is 4 colors. And I also had an alternative design that didn't have the city on it. That one can be done with 3. But I don't think it's as cool.
No, I'm 100% with the skyline.
Yeah.
Cool. So I can work with that. Let me know your comments in the Slack and I can make some updates and send a new design over for tomorrow.
Cool. This design is not due tomorrow. It's just the staff swag one that's due tomorrow. But
as soon as possible, though. Yeah, I know that we're already getting a little close on this one. So,
yeah. For some background context, the supply chain stuff on getting swag is a few additional weeks. So it's like that's why there's been a bit of a rush to get the designs and some of all this stuff sorted out like now instead of close to the event. Oh, and there's Deb.
Hi, apologies, I joined late, but I liked seeing the shirt.
We were just covering the CNCF updates and then talking about the like deadlines and everything.
Perfect.
Do you have anything else that's not in the doc that needs to be mentioned?
I don't. If you covered the doc, we're good to go right now.
Okay. The only other big thing, and mention this, is like both Jeff and I will be out next week. Jason, I think you said you were going to volunteer to run the meeting on Monday.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to if nobody else wants to.
Okay. But we'll probably be at least, I know I will at least try and check in at least once on Slack, even though I am trying to check out next week, but want to make sure all this stuff happens okay. Okay. Any other questions regarding the CNCF updates at this point?
I have a question, actually. I was reading through the Slacks, and I apologize because I joined late. You may have already discussed this. we're planning to put this artwork on the back of the hoodie since we want to zip up, right? And we don't want to zip through that artwork. Perfect.
Yep, that's right.
Thank you.
And I'll work on some designs for the front as well and see how few colors I can get it down to.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Yeah, the alternative we've done in the past is just like a smaller thing, like right over the chest on one side. If the front and back winds up being, a problem.
I'm thinking a slightly different design, small on the front. Something based on this, but smaller. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, so right now we're planning for 1 color on the front and 3 colors on the back, which 1, 2, 3. I think we have 3 right here.
This is 4.
4. Okay.
Well, if you include white, which I am. Yeah, which we'll need to. Yeah, this is 4.
I see. Okay. I just counted colors. Good point. Yeah, we will need the white.
If it is on the back though, and the hoodie is black, we can or is that
that is the reduced, yeah.
Okay.
It's 5 with black, 4 without.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll see about something that's 1 or 2 colors for the front.
There's the red, the blue, the white.
There's 2 blues. There's a dark blue and a
Okay.
lighter blue.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could
I'm
we
thinking-
swap?
Oh yeah.
Could we swap the dark blue for a white line, like a comic outline? And then it would basically be black instead of dark blue, but with an outline. It would cut down on the number of colors.
The dark blue is also used in the cityscape.
Yeah, it's also in the cityscape. I'm thinking I can combine the
yeah.
blues though.
I see it now.
Yeah, I'm thinking I can do something with that. Reduce the number of blues to reduce the colors. Or I'm thinking I could maybe do the cityscape with just the light blue and the dark blue. It'll be less defined, but I could do it for the front. I'll play around with some things. Might just be text on the front. Back will be where the drama is.
Yeah, I think text on the front is okay if there's something nice that on the back.
True.
Okay. Any other questions at this point for CNCF updates / swag design? Okay, we'll pop over to content. Jason.
Yep, nothing new this week. The idea is that we'll start kicking things off this week to look through the historical data, figure out what types of tracks we want to plan for to be able to give feedback for the room layout requirements and AV requirements in time for the deadline, and to start putting together the CFP.
Cool. The big thing I can think of is if we send out the reg notification today, or not the test today, but like this week, do you think we could potentially send out the CFP call either next week or the week after?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Mostly just trying to the constant stream of reminder comms and things like that, because you get the I think I mentioned before, literally every time we send an email to KDev, you get 20 to 50 people registering within shortly after the email.
I have a naive question. The
Shoot.
CFP there's proposals for what content to have in the contributor summit. Is that what that CFP is?
Yep.
Great.
So I know several people that want to run Aldo wants to do a deep dive into finalizers, and oh god, there is another person I don't remember. Sorry, I know that there's at least one other person that's like already has a talk idea for it and is like ready to mash that button when when the CFP goes live. Okay.
I bet you can guess what my proposal would be.
Okay. Well, are there any more questions or comments for content at this time? Okay, we will pop over to Caslin for comms.
I got a thread going with the other shadows for comms. Aside from that, there hasn't really been any update. I know that we have the emails that we need to start filling out. I'm figuring I'll start doing that this week. And also starting to create a Twitter plan now that we have a buffer account in place.
Finally,
I still need to get the billing set up for it though.
well, the right person to help with that is on the call.
Oh, hello. I have an account for billing to be set up on. So yeah, I'm planning to make progress on a lot of the actual comm stuff this week.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah. The only thing that I know we should probably send out like relatively soon is the announcement that Reg is live.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
That's a fairly boilerplate one that isn't too bad.
Yeah, that shouldn't take long to write up.
Cool. Does anyone have any questions, comments for comms at this time? Okay, we will pop over to Reg Nabrun.
Hey everyone, not very detailed updates today. We have the PR up for updating the website to include the registration link, and thanks to Bob for that. Once that gets rolled in, I'll work with Caslin and the comms team on the announcement email, and we should be sending that email this week. So I'll start a thread to discuss that and potentially just ship it out.
Actually, quick thing, since we have a lot of people that haven't been involved in some of the summits past, can you give a quick TLDR of like what we look for in Reg and some of the stuff like that and like how it works?
Oh, good. So in the past, what we have done is, so the process looks like this. Attendees go ahead and fill the form, and the CNCF team gets those registrations to us in a spreadsheet. And then we check whether they're a member of the Kubernetes organizations or not. If yes, we go ahead and approve their registrations, and then the CNCF team sends them an approval email. If that's not the case, we send them a rejection email stating why. So we have noted down the 2 or 3 major reasons why their registration has been rejected, and how they can communicate back with us to know more. Or if they're not part of the org, and if they feel they're eligible to be in the Kubernetes GitHub organizations, they can just go ahead and file an organization, new organization membership request, and then get back to us again. This is the usual flow for active registration path. Other than that, in the past, we used to have new contributor registrations, but since the past few summits, we have gotten away. Like we are not doing the new contributor registrations anyway, since we're not doing the new contributor workshop. So that's the TLDR of the flow. There are some edge cases, like some people may not be part of the org, but are involved in other roles like running meetings or doing any task which is not reflected on GitHub. In that case, also, we accept the registration. It's just that they need to send us an email about it. And I'm not sure if I missed anything, but that's what I remember from 2 years back.
I think you covered it. One actual thing that just popped in my mind, we need to make sure that everyone in Reg is also added to the K community group, so that way they can see any potential, Reg follow-up requests.
I will follow up with that actually. That's a really good point.
So I apologize. I think someone dropped off a package saying Ripley is barking quite a bit. Any other questions, comments for Reg? Okay, we will move right into awards.
Thank you.
Hey folks, I listed out a few updates for the awards. I reached out to the Crafternetti Slack channel to request help for the artwork. So the last 2 years, the award has been 400 millimeters by 400 millimeters. So I'm kind of thinking it might be good to keep it same size, since, so folks who have wed multiple could have them all lined up. Secondly, I do have an update for the playbook on the nomination guide. I haven't pushed it up to my fork yet. I will do that shortly after this. We also need to have a deadline for when SIGs and SIG co-chairs can send awardees for the awards. And I think last time was about 2 weeks before the actual contributors, the virtual summit. But since this is in person, also the awards are sent afterwards as well. So so we don't have to make the award and have it there. Just want to get some input from folks on when the deadline should be for SIG co-chairs to send the awards or their awardees.
Ideally, we would have the items to give out on at the
Okay.
event.
All right.
We did that previously. It's just yay, COVID forced us to ship it to everyone. Deb, do you know the lead time needed to get those things printed?
For awards?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I think in the past it's probably been 4 to 6 weeks. Now I would probably say it's closer to the 8 to 10 weeks.
Oh,
so that needs to happen now, essentially.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can probably find, I think you've ordered them from Pinnacle previously.
I know
Maybe
for
sorry.
Oh, sorry. For the first ones, we did that one star chart thing.
Oh, yeah. You're
And
talking
then-
end of year awards? Are those
Yeah.
going into this event now?
Yeah, so before COVID, they were part of this event, and we made them part of the celebration event just because we weren't doing the summits anymore.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, I thought you used to do plaques, but maybe I'm making that up. I can't remember. For the star charts, yeah, that's going to be 4 to 6 weeks now. But are you thinking you're going to do the same star charts again, or are you wanting to do
It's
something else?
a different artwork.
Different artwork, but probably the canvas, same frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can reach out to them and find out, one, if they're willing to do that again for us, because that's like a side project for them. And 2, what the timeline would look like if we did do that.
Yeah. Worst case, what we might be able to do is order one or put up one hey, we're sorry, supply chain problems. This is what it'll look like. You will get it sometime soon. But we do want to have the in-person award show essentially.
Do a slide deck with the graphics of it in person and then send out the physical ones later.
Yep. It'd be a lot easier if they could be handed to people in person, both because it's great to get the thing and both because shipping has lots of various logistics problems, and oddly enough, it is a frigging pain in the ass to ship to Canada. So if we can give them out, it'd be great.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Do we know what the artwork looks like yet?
No, we don't. yeah, I reach out for artists to, and for an artist to help us out with that. I could also get on Illustrator as well, put out some ideas, but depending on my workload this week, don't know if I have time for that. Yeah, but hopefully we'll get that soon.
Yeah, if I recall, like at least the last time that I did canvas prints, the turnaround time wasn't too bad. Just because canvas prints are, a bit more mass production-y. But
okay,
again, I don't, we'll see.
all right. And that's, we should, once we get that info and when how long it takes, well, I think we should start reaching out to SIG leads now, also send an update on this, on the nomination guide, and
Okay.
request folks to add their feedback to that. Just from last year, SIG leads, SIG co-chairs did rely on the nomination guide and to for their nominations. That was their biggest request, or all most common requests was for any kind of guide on that. So
Okay.
And I did see a chat, Ben. Yes, boosting call for Word Artwork Cup on the Twitter account would be great. Could reach out to Castle on that.
I kind of doubt we'd get much response on it, but it doesn't hurt. You could do it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Well, one more thing is also just the shipping info. If we're not going to do the shipping info, I guess we don't need that form from similar as last time.
Well, like, yeah,
Yes, we do. If folks aren't going to be there.
Yeah, but we can also check to see, like, if the awardee has not registered yet.
Yeah,
then we'll have a good idea of, or like, we'll have at least some inkling of whether it needs to be shipped to them or not.
All right, sounds good. All right, any questions for me?
Okay. We'll pop over to celebration. I think Xander is still out on vacation right now. Does anyone have any updates from celebration at this point? Actually, Deb, do you know if a location list has been refined down?
Yes. So Brianne couldn't be on this week's call, and she did the whole search and things. So she's verifying 2 pieces of information that I asked her to go look into, but I wanted her to present that because she has a better understanding of them than I do.
Okay.
So it should be available next week, which I know several folks just said they're not going to be here next week. So we'll post it in Slack too.
Okay. I'd say, like, as soon as you do, just post it in Slack so that way we can
Okay.
Start dropping comments on it.
Perfect.
Thank you. Noah, ops.
We've got enough shadows to cover, I believe, all of the bases that we've got. That basically means if you've signed up as a ops shadow, you're going to be helping day of, helping keep things straight. We need the content framework before I can start putting together the spreadsheet where I start playing chess and putting people in various time slots and where you need to be. But other than that, we're I think the ops team is mostly here to kibitz and make sure that everything stays on track until we get to our part.
Cool. Thank you. Well, with that, is there any questions for ops? Okay. Any questions for anything else in general? Okay. We will call. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I shut up mostly just to see if there was a place where anybody needed help. And just to raise my hand, feel free to reach out. That'd be labor.
I think most of the roles at this point are pretty well filled, but like day of ops people are also always appreciated. Like from running previous events, having more people on ops than less is usually a really good thing.
And statistically, the odds of us losing at least one person to COVID is, high.
Yep.
Like somebody's not going to be able to make it.
How do I raise my hand, Noah? I'm late to the
I'll-
party.
Ping us in Summit staff and we'll get you placed in the right place.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. With that, I think we are now done for reals, unless anyone else has any other comments. Okay.
I did put a draft design for the front part of the hoodie in the Summit staff. Please continue to share your feedback in the channel so that I can update that and get it done.
Thank you, Keslin. Okay. Now, anyone else have any other thoughts? Okay. Well, we will call it there. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you all around. Well, not next week on a call, but I'll see you all around on Slack. So later.
Bye.